Thank you for working through creating that model. I know it's kind of frustrating to try and work out of Google Draw. You're really just copying and pasting those atoms where they belong. I'm showing you literally this is my answer key, and I'm going to walk you through how I got there. I counted all of the atoms on the before side. I'm sorry, by the way, that those aren't color coded. It was too difficult for me to try to produce that for you, but at least they are labeled. I knew that all of those atoms on the before side needed to be accounted for on the after side. So I saw two iron atoms. I copied and pasted two iron atoms from the key. I saw that there were one, two, three sodium atoms. So I copied and pasted three sodium atoms in here in pink. I saw on the before side there were also three nitrogen atoms. So I copied and pasted three of the blue nitrogen atoms. In grand total, there are one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine oxygen atoms. So I copied and pasted nine oxygen atoms. I went back to my substance reference guide, which I don't have on the screen right now, but it was in the last section right above where you had to do the Google Draw directions. I saw that sodium nitrite was the only one that had both the sodium atom and the nitrogen atom accounted for. So I knew that, and we already know that that's the substance that was created. So I know that during a chemical reaction, somehow the atoms had to break apart and rearrange to form rust, because we already knew that was one that occurred. And you should have identified earlier in this lesson that sodium nitrate was the other one, because potassium chromate, it has potassium in it. It has atoms, the type, this light blue atom, that's not over here on the before side. There's no no chromate atom or potassium atom over there. So I know that, and as well as the light purple. So the types of atoms are the same and the number of atoms are the same because I added three molecules of that sodium nitrate. That's what accounted for all those. If you need to go back and fix yours, no shame. Just keep in mind you do have a writing project for your exit ticket that you're going to you're going to want to spend some time on. There's several criteria for success that you'll want to be responsible for. I will show you that momentarily. This is your exit ticket. And if you're someone who doesn't want this read aloud to you, you can pause the video and move on with your lesson. If so, I'm just going to be reading the exit ticket out loud to you. On the next section, you'll have this prompt. Use the model you've created, which we just went over, to help you write an argument for the people of Westfield, explaining what was produced in the chemical reaction of the iron pipes and the fertilizer. One claim is that during the chemical reaction, only rust was produced. The second claim is saying that during the chemical reaction, the rust and another substance were produced. What you need to identify is all parts of the question. Make sure that you clearly state a claim. That means you're literally typing this whole claim out, whether it's one or two. You're not just saying claim one and you're not just saying claim two. Don't even use that language. Make sure that you identify all of the evidence from the model that you created that backs up your claim. Your evidence should be able to explain why the rust was only created or why the rust and another substance was created. Also provide scientific reasoning explaining why and how evidence backs up the claim. This is really important for your grade, that you're explaining to me that how you got to the solution that you did. Make sure you might go back and look at your science notebook. You should always have your science notebook on hand. You have key concepts in there that you can reference, as well as vocabulary you can reference. And the definitions of these words in the word bank are in there. The criteria for success are here. You need a claim. You need to back it up with evidence and explain why with reasoning, and make sure you're using complete sentences, as well as appropriate vocab that we've learned and appropriate sentence starters that you've been shared with throughout the year. I know you can do this. That's the last hard part of your lesson. Good luck.